Hi everyone, I'm Kristi Gordson and welcome to Washington Grown. When I think of the holidays, I think of comfort food and spending time with family, and that's why I'm so excited about this episode. It's all about holiday food. We're off to Olympia to tour the governor's mansion and chat with First Lady Trudi Inslee about holidays at the mansion.
It's very festive.
I bet it's beautiful.
Then we're cooking up a delicious holiday meal at the Preservation Kitchen in Bothel.
Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable.
Then we're in the kitchen with our home chef, Kristin.
Today in the kitchen we're using fresh, tart Washington cranberries to make cranberry pumpkin streusel bread, one of my family's favorites.
And they're a holiday staple. Tomas is getting his feet wet at a cranberry bog on the coast.
Yeah,
They're tart, but they're so good though.
All this and much more on Washington Grown.
Explosion of fragrance.
Safety first, that's my motto.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Her biceps bigger than mine.
First, we're heading to the Preservation Kitchen in Western Washington. The restaurant is tucked inside what was originally the Bothel mayor's home and focuses on casual fine dining. And that's where executive chef Rainey Enga comes in.
The whole idea of our dining room is promoting family and preserving the art of dining with family and friends. It's a gathering place.
And some home cooking and comfort food,
Yep,
right?
we are all about comfort
That's where
food.
you come in.
Yep.
What can people experience here as far as the food is concerned?
Well, we promote local, sustainable, organic when possible, and we try and start simply and don't embellish the ingredients too much so you still taste the ingredient.
Customers return time and time again for that comfy, cozy feel of home.
I feel like I'm at home, but I don't have to cook and it's a little fancier and delicious. I can't make Brussels sprouts like this.
Really good food and good service.
Warm and cozy.
Very nice, very delicious.
What are holidays like here?
Busy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I bet, it's like a big family
It is.
experience
It
here.
is. It's
Everyone's
beautiful.
kind of sitting nearby and
We do Easter and Thanksgiving and New Year's and Christmas Eve. It was amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
Later in the show, we're heading into the kitchen with Chef Rainey to cook up a classic holiday meal.
Do we do good?
Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable.
We think of Christmas tree farms in the winter, but all the work to make those trees look beautiful happens in the summer. Val Thomas Matson is in Western Washington to see how they are grown.
It's summertime in Washington, and I'm at a Christmas tree farm. Mark, where in the world am I?
Well, we're in Rochester, Washington on the western side, and this is KLM Tree Farm part of it.
What is your role here?
Well, Luann and I, my wife and I started this back in '79 and started out with 2 or 3 acres, kept doing more and more. And so we've grown to about 250 acres.
So who helps you with the operations here?
Oh, our family members. Luann does a lot of the office work, and Kendra, my daughter, and Kyle, my son, and Wincy, my foreman, that's been with us for almost or over 30 years. Certainly one person isn't doing it or couldn't do it. So.
That's right. Where do your trees go?
Well, we ship them all over the United States, back as far as Florida, Massachusetts. California is a big market. Texas, we ship quite a few to. Louisiana, Pennsylvania, quite a few states, and sent a few to Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how old are these trees that we're looking at
These
here?
are probably 8 and 9 years old on this site.
Really? Will these be ready for this year or
Yes, part of them will be ready. We'll go through and we selectively tag the best ones, Val, and the ones we want for size, the fullest, and the ones that aren't quite ready, we'll wait another year, get them mature another year, a little bit taller.
What about the trees that are grown here in Washington State? What makes them special, unique, compared to the trees that are from the East Coast, say?
West Coast has some very good climates. We can grow trees. East Coast can't because it gets so cold at times. And we have a lot of rain, as you know, in Washington. And so that helps our trees be lush and green.
So Mark, what happens then to all of the trees that are cut and people don't buy, let's say after December 25th?
Well, we recycle them. We chip them up and use them for bark. But even the ones that people do buy, all the cities and counties now have all these dates that you get your tree curbside. It's taken, it's chipped, used for mulch. You can come in and get mulch at your recycle centers. So it's a reusable product.
After seeing and hearing about all the work it takes to get that perfect Christmas tree, I thought I could lend a hand and do a little trimming myself.
Val, these here, we'll probably try to, get this back in shape a little more of the natural taper. Okay. Especially on the upper part, this part. These lower parts we probably won't touch much unless it gets real long later. We're early in the season, but we like to leave a lot of those little fingers for people to hang ornaments.
Right. So the tool that you use to trim the tree is your finger and your thumb?
We can do that now because we're real early in the season.
Ah.
But as they get harder, we use clippers and maybe even a long knife that the guys that are good at it can just plink those long ones off without coming too deep into the tree and making it look like a hedge. Just like snapping green beans, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad. Except I don't think I'm going to chew on this.
No.
I have a newfound appreciation for all of the care and effort put into making an essential part of our holidays all the more special. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you so much for coming.
To learn more about farming in Washington, visit our website at wagrown.com.
I'm here at the Governor's Mansion in Olympia, Washington, and we're going to get a little tour and take a look inside. And the First Lady is here to give me a tour. Thank you so much. We're very excited. This is my first time here.
Well, come on in.
Come on in. Okay. And this is the public area of the mansion, so people can come in.
Yes, this floor is actually a museum. It's run by a nonprofit, the Governor's Mansion Foundation, which takes care of the art and the furnishings and keeps everything in great shape here.
It's beautiful, and people can come in and sit and touch and...
There's tours here regularly, and then we encourage people to have events here for their nonprofits.
I bet it's decked out for the holidays.
Yes, that is fun. Yeah, the Mansion Foundation has a very large tree they put here, and we have a tree that we put in the family room. It's very festive.
I bet it's beautiful. For the events that take place here, do you focus really on like Washington food to feed?
We love to brag about Washington food, and we had a large event here that was all Washington foods, everything from the appetizers, the beverages. We're all local farms donated food, brought them here, and we were touting getting fresh foods into schools.
Awesome.
Enjoyed.
Well, let's go look at the garden, shall we?
Okay, all right.
All right.
The Inslees built the garden in 2013 to show people how easy it is to grow vegetables and to teach kids about farming.
And so the stuff that you don't use for your own personal use or for events and that sort of thing gets sent to...
Well, the majority of this goes to food banks.
Food banks.
Yeah, and no, I'd say over 90% goes to food banks.
Wow.
We just use a little bit here just because we like to incorporate local homegrown food with what we serve here.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. But who takes care of
It's
that?
all volunteers.
Oh, great.
Yeah, our staff comes over, like I said, Kiwanis, school children. Anybody who wants to is welcome to come and help with the garden and harvest it. Folks can pick some lettuce and tomatoes or whatever and take it home.
Yeah. So tell me about just Washington grown food and why that's important to you and what you love about food that's grown in the state.
Fresh, it's healthy, it's easily accessible. It's great to partner farmers with our schools to get their products on the school lunch tables and to introduce children to local foods, and people seem to enjoy it.
Well, thank you for the tour. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's been lovely.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Take something home and eat it tonight.
I will.
Right after the break, we're back at the Preservation Kitchen to cook up a turkey leg with cranberry shallot chutney, Brussels sprouts, and some mashed potatoes. We're back at the Preservation Kitchen in Western Washington. It was originally home to the Bothel mayor, but has since transformed into a cozy, fine dining restaurant.
I feel like I'm at home, but I don't have to cook and it's a little fancier. Warm and cozy. Very nice, very delicious.
The restaurant's primary focus is preserving the tradition of dining with family and friends and just enjoying each other's company. From the warm atmosphere to the delicious comfort food, the Preservation Kitchen strives to remind customers of home. Now we're stepping into the kitchen with Executive Chef Rainey Anga to cook up a tasty holiday meal.
We're gonna make a cranberry shallot chutney, and it's gonna go on a confit turkey leg. Yeah, we're gonna serve it with some Washington potatoes, some Brussels sprouts, and it's gonna be delicious.
First, we chop our shallots into small pieces.
Cut it right down the center, and then you just peel it. And it does split, like a head of garlic.
Feels sweeter almost than an onion.
Once our shallots are cut, we saute them in butter.
We don't want to get any brown on them. We want them just to be translucent.
Okay. And how long does that usually take?
About a minute.
Then I added some fresh cranberries.
When they cook, do they burst? Or?
They do. They'll pop.
Yeah. Look at how beautiful that color is. Isn't that nice?
Followed by some vanilla sugar.
Cranberries are very tart.
Yeah, they need quite a bit of sugar.
They do. And you'll see it's not going to be a sweet dish.
Then we add cider vinegar, a little bit of water, and some salt and pepper.
And we're just going to cook that down a little bit.
Okay. For about how long?
It usually cooks down for about 5 minutes. When you let it sit, it just thickens up all by itself.
While our cranberry chutney cooks, we start on our Brussels sprouts.
We're going to put those in a pot of hot water.
Once they've boiled for a few minutes, we blanch them in cold water. Then we saute them in butter, garlic, and the Preservation Kitchen's fresh herb mixture,
which is tarragon, rosemary, fresh thyme, and parsley.
Do you think most people know what's the best way to cook Brussels sprouts?
You know, you can cut them or you can just score the bottom of them because they take a long time to cook if you don't do that. And then you can parboil them or you can steam them, you can saute them. One of the best ways I've ever had them is deep fried.
Whoa.
And we actually serve them here deep fried.
Really?
Yes. All right, so I'm gonna pull my Brussels sprouts out.
And now they're beautiful green. Look at that.
A little bit of salt, little pinch of pepper, and we're done.
And they're gorgeous.
Then we move on to making some duck gravy, which includes duck stock, garlic, poultry seasoning, and butter.
I'm just gonna melt that down. It's very simple. Kind of just a duck butter sauce.
It's just gonna thicken up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
This is gonna be a feast.
It is. And this is what we do for Thanksgiving.
Here at Preservation Kitchen.
Yeah, the turkey legs. I kind of thought back to my childhood when we were doing Thanksgiving dinner and there were, 8 of us and there were 2 turkey legs and not everybody got a turkey leg.
Everyone wants their own.
That's right.
And so that's what you serve on Thanksgiving.
Yes, we do a whole turkey leg right on top of the plate. We're trying to keep it comfort food, like you've gone to Grandma's house for Thanksgiving.
Then it's time to plate.
All right, we've got our beautiful red jacket mashed potatoes.
Ooh, yum. And when you say red jacket, it just means they still have the skins on. Okay.
I like it kind of rustic. It's more of a smashed potato.
Followed by our confit turkey leg, Brussels sprouts.
Wow, look at that.
Our cranberry shallot chutney.
Right on top.
Right on top, that's right.
And finished off with a little bit of gravy.
Fills up the plate.
It's a feast.
There it is.
Now it's time to test out our meal.
Oh my gosh, it just falls apart. Get that cranberry shallot chutney.
Do we do good?
Oh my gosh. The chutney with the turkey is unbelievable. Good job.
Why, thank you.
To get the recipes for this holiday meal, head to our website at wagrown.com.
Who doesn't love holiday goodies? The candy canes, the cookies, the cakes, even the fruitcake. Maybe not so much. You see, this little guy has gotten a bad reputation over the years, but so many people have never even tried fruitcake. So my friends here at Sweet Frostings, they've baked up an incredible fruitcake that I'm gonna take around to see if we can get this misunderstood treat back to a holiday classic. What do you think of when I say fruitcake?
Something tragic from Christmas time.
It's something that your grandma normally makes, and it's never that good. Old people.
Old people?
I had it when my grandmother made it as a kid, and no.
When I say fruitcake, what comes to your mind?
Blech.
And I'd like you to try this fruitcake because I think it's going to change the way you might think of fruitcake.
Okay.
Why don't you take one of those?
Challenge accepted.
Ooh, this is gutsy.
That's really good. A lot different than Grandma's.
I'm into it. They're good.
It's pretty dang good.
It's moist. It's flavorful.
You can actually taste the fruit. There's, I think, apricot in there.
A little bit of spice to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's not like normal fruitcake.
If I was a fruitcake, I would want to taste just like that.
Would you consider eating this if someone brought this to your house and said, hey, I brought a fruitcake?
I would. It would probably not be one you throw away.
Fruitcake does not have to be a doorstop.
No, it doesn't.
So if you got that for Christmas, that'd be all right.
I would eat that.
All right, I know what to get you now.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I know what I'm getting.
Thank you very much, Mike. I
man.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Coming up, we're in the kitchen with our home chef, Kristin, cooking up a cranberry pumpkin streusel bread that will have everyone asking for another slice.
As the holidays come to an end, the topic of New Year's resolutions always seems to arise. Surveys show that 1/4 of typical resolutions are abandoned within the first 15 weeks. So why are resolutions so difficult to keep? Simply put, too much change, even if it's positive, can send out an alarm in the emotional region of your brain that causes people to sabotage their resolution. If your resolution this upcoming year is to get fit, you may choose to go on a radical exercise regimen that eliminates your favorite foods. While this may work for some people, the majority will begin to feel deprived and eventually quit. Create realistic goals to ensure a positive result. Making lifestyle changes requires plenty of patience, perseverance, and flexibility. A simplistic way to make a positive change in your life deals with hydration. Plants, as well as humans, require appropriate hydration for proper functioning and growth. Many people avoid drinking water because it has the unwanted side effect of increased trips to the bathroom. Because your bladder is made up of overlapping cells, it responds better to smaller amounts of water being consumed throughout the day. Try taking small sips as opposed to big chugs to delay the urgent need to empty your bladder. Also, be aware that caffeinated beverages contribute to frequent urination. More than 2/3 of the human body is comprised of water, and 95% of your brain is made up of water. So it's important to make sure and drink the recommended 8 cups or 64 ounces of water daily. Try taking small steps to increase your consumption. Mixing lemon, lime, or other natural add-ins to boost flavor. By bumping up your hydration, you'll give your health a boost and have a successful New Year's resolution.
Tomas is on the road again, and this time he's on the trail of a holiday favorite.
Our journey today takes us all the way to the farthest southwest corner of Washington, near the town of Ilwaco. Here, a small but passionate group of cranberry growers are raising some of the best berries you will ever find.
Malcolm McPhail.
I met up with Ardell and Malcolm McPhail, owners of CranMac Farms, and their berries go straight to ocean spray. Cranberries were first used by Native Americans, who discovered the berry's versatility as a food, fabric dye, and even a healing agent. Today, cranberries are commercially grown, and you can get them fresh, frozen, dried, or even canned. I had never been to a cranberry farm, so I asked Ardell what's involved in growing and harvesting cranberries.
You plant the vines, and it takes probably 3 years to get a crop. It's a perennial crop, so if you treat them right, you continue to have them.
Ardell then told me the bogs are flooded only for harvest.
Flood the bog, we run a what we call a beater through the bog, and it's a big reel.
The reel knocks the berries loose from the vines, and then they float to the top of the water.
Then we surround them and gather them in and then elevate them into a truck.
All right, so I see that they're harvesting over there, and this pump is bringing water from the lake, correct?
Right.
And how much water does it take to flood a bog?
You want to get it over the top of the vines
Okay.
so that the vines don't hold the berries back.
All right, so we're here at the bog. Can I get in and help?
Sure, we got
All right.
lots to do.
I would love to do that. Oh yeah, look at this. Then Malcolm had to show a rookie like me the proper technique. There you go. A good push there. and then a good pull over here. There you go. And now it's time for the taste test.
So you bite into them. Yeah.
Tart, and I don't taste a lot of sweetness in them.
Oh, there's no sweetness in it.
Yeah.
That's why we have to sweeten our juices and our craisins and all those.
But they're so good though.
Oh yeah.
When you bite into it and it pops, it just feels so.
If we get real thirsty,
fresh.
we just have a big.
Right. Growing cranberries is hard work, but Ardell and Malcolm love their life on the farm.
We've lived here and we're healthy, and my husband's almost 80. And he's still going. So
there he is.
Something's right.
Something is right. How does it make you guys feel just knowing that you're providing such an incredible food source?
It's wonderful. We got a quality product here, and we love Ocean Spray because it's a growers cooperative.
Tell me some of your favorite cranberry dishes.
Well, I put it on almost everything. The sweet and dried cranberries in salads.
Hey.
I make sauce all the time, just fresh sauce. With the frozen berries, you know, you can make it all year.
Tell me a little bit about your berries and why Washington's such a great place for these things.
Well, it's nice fresh air, nice, the fields are peat bogs, and so they got a lot of their own nourishment from the peat. And it's, you know, we're one of the smallest areas, but we think it's the best.
Right there, the best. Washington State cranberries.
That's it.
We have a lot of little bowls everywhere, but they're all gonna come together and make something absolutely wonderful with our Washington cranberries. We're gonna do some yummy stuff.
We're gonna eat them.
What are we gonna make?
We are going to make cranberry pumpkin streusel bread.
Okay, that just sounds delicious. And by the looks of it, it's going to be.
It is. It's kind of, I love it because it's such a quintessential fall flavors and food that comes in, and it's like a pie for breakfast.
Yeah, I love it.
Flavors, and it's just good.
We start on our streusel topping. We combine flour, oats, cinnamon, and a little salt.
And I'm just gonna let you get right in there with your hand.
I will.
Just mix it all up.
I can do that.
It's so much more efficient sometimes.
It is. Just get your hands in there.
Grab your hand and go for
it.
it. And then we're gonna add some sugar, some brown sugar into there. And now you're just gonna squish all the butter in with your hands.
Kids love this part.
I know. Usually my kids do this part.
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of like a kid, so.
I have to watch out for them though, because it's sugar and butter. So sometimes I end up losing a lot of it to their.
Hey, what's that over there?
I know. And it's gone.
So I can work on this a little bit while you start the next thing.
Over here and add our dry ingredients for our bread.
Kristin adds flour, sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, allspice, and baking powder to the bowl.
What are some of the holiday traditions that your family likes to do?
Oh,
Do you have some good ones?
we do. And of course, some of them are food. Are you surprised?
Not at all. In your household, no, not at all.
I have had the same breakfast for Christmas morning of my entire life.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is it?
We have biscuits with gravy.
Wow.
But it's not like a regular gravy, it's chipped beef. And my dad grew up at the end of the Depression. And
What was his thing?
so their family, that was what they did. And so it's kind of neat for me because it connects me to my grandparents when I make it. And when I feed it to my family on Christmas morning, I think about the fact that this has been served for our family for about 70 years now for breakfast.
You know, we like to experiment with some of our holiday meals. You know, we'll do like for Thanksgiving, we'll do the basics, but then we'll try one thing that we haven't tried before. You know, like a couple years ago, it was sweet potato brulee.
Ooh.
Where you put the brown sugar on top of it and then you torch it. Yeah.
Nice. Way to go.
So I think I got
You've got the streusel down, and I've got our dry ingredients done.
Awesome.
So now we can move on to our wet ingredients.
Okay.
We whisk together our pumpkin, milk, vanilla, an egg, and oil, and then combine our wet and dry ingredients.
I have to get every last bit.
I know. It would be a shame to lose any.
Sure would.
Then we pour in our beautiful cranberries.
Wow.
And then
Just
finish
like that.
mixing all together.
Don't do anything with them.
No, I like to get them in there whole. And they bake up soft. They have the same texture as the rest of the bread, but they give you that nice tart little zip inside the bread. And so we have 3 little mini pans here that we've sprayed.
I love these. These are so cute.
They're such a great neighbor gift size too, if you want
you're right.
to share with someone.
Absolutely.
If you can share. And now we're ready to get them in our pans. So we're just gonna divide it evenly. All right, and now we're gonna take that streusel that you made for us earlier. We're gonna divide it evenly among the top of them. Yeah. Oh, you gotta layer it on thick. And then you wanna gently press it in with your fingers. As it rises in the oven, if you don't press it in, then you end up with
And it's gonna fall
burnt
out.
sugar all over your oven. Okay.
Those look great already.
Let's get them in the oven.
Okay. It smells so good in this kitchen. And why? Because our little loaves are done and they look beautiful.
I love the way the cranberry comes up and you can see the little bits of red peeking through the top. Should we cut them open?
We probably should. Stop talking and start eating.
And like, you'll see, this is what's really fun, is that
oh, look at how pretty that
you
is.
can see the pretty little cranberries on the inside. Just peeking out as you cut into it.
Okay, there's some topping.
I know.
I'm gonna try that.
Just take this snitch.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
I want this piece that had all the cranberries. I eyed this one from the beginning.
I know. Look at how beautiful that is.
You ready?
Of course. The cranberries are nice and tart, but everything else is so sweet.
The sweetness of the streusel, it makes it all balance out.
So good.
To get Kristin's cranberry pumpkin streusel recipe, visit our website at wagrown.com. From spending time with family and friends to eating lots of delicious food, the holidays are a wonderful time to celebrate. That's it for this edition of Washington Grown. Thanks for joining us and happy holidays.